Namaskar, good afternoon, students, parents, children, grandparents, and citizens of India and the citizens of the world. India could not be kept down. Many of them stayed back in India, ruled, and majority of them looted India and went off. But, says, at the time, India was conquered by the Western colonial power. According to historian Dr. J.T. Sunderland, India had the power over everyone, and the most important, the entire country, the civilization, the technology and the textile, they were far better and richer than anywhere in the East, that is Southeast Asia, or anywhere in the West in the European world. J.T. Sunderland says, let us remember, wrote the eminent historian and philosopher Will Durant in 1932, that India is the motherland of our race. Of our race are the Europeans, the Americans. They're talking India is our mother. That Sanskrit is the mother of Europeans' language. That through the Arabs, India taught the world, the European world, their mathematics, the philosophy. And it goes on to say that Jesus Christ, the Christianity Jesus Christ came to India and stayed there for 17 years and also left his body here. Now this is a very debatable question and point, but however, I wish to share with you, these are the books which are there in Amazon.com. You could go ahead and have them too. What Jesus lived in India. Susan, in English, talked about Jesus lived in Kashmir. And this is a German. Kaiser, a Spanish. Jesus lived in Kashmir. And spelt with a wrong spelling, this is how I suppose the whole book is written in Spanish language. It is their way of speaking. Jesus lived in Kashmir. Suzanne Phillips, this is an American. And goes on to say that Jesus and Moses both are buried in India. These are maybe contestable, but the Film Division of Institute, Government of India has gone ahead and made a film. Jesus lived in Kashmir. And it is there in the YouTube. So what is the message? Arise and awake. India cannot be kept down. The indomitable one. Look at the result that you, students, have showed it to our parents, to us, the teachers, and to the rest of the world. 30th of March, COVID-19 locked down the school. Rightful action by the government and the government of India. And we all have suffered because of the COVID-19 presence, but it has not kept us down. We have taken appropriate actions, and today India has yet produced and sending the messages to the world over, including millions of vaccination. Just now the message came in 22nd, and those of you must have read it. It came from Brazil president, and the message is from the president. Bolsonaro invokes the Hanuman while inviting our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and complimenting that Hanumanji, just like in the Ramayana, carried Sanjivani to save Lakshmana. You all know the story. Just like that, the president of Brazil is thanking, and they have used the word at the end, and it is called oregano. India. Meaning, thank you India, Dhanyavad. India is rising again. India cannot be kept down. If you go through YouTube, there's a powerful message from Bill Gates that 34-year-old Indian men and women between 2024 and 2028 are going to rule the world economy. Shift is happening by Bill Gates. You may Google it. So what's the message? It has been given by Vivekananda and the Shankaracharya and the ancient India, the Upanishads and Vedanta. That's why the Vedanta is coming in, and in Victorious Kidss we are coupling with the message of the International Baccalaureate. Our children, despite lockdown, no face-to-face connection with the teacher other than telephone and computer. And look at the result. 73 children appeared. Exam was the end of May and lockdown was from 13th of March. And yet, 73 children appeared, 10th standard, MRP 5, everybody first division. And the top student among them, Tanishka, stood top the world and got perfect 56 out of 56. Similar result. Similar, 13th of March, lockdown, no connection for the DP2 examination. Tasneem Gojrawala just missed the world toppers rank by one number, 44 out of 45. And everybody appeared 33, everybody got diploma equivalent to getting first division. So what is the message? Vivekananda is saying, arise, awake, uttishtata, jagrata. Chadaivati, Chadaivati, don't stop, keep rising, have the vision. Dear mothers, you're the one producer of people like Shivaji, Amartya Sen, Sachin Tendulkar, or Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh, anyone you see, it is the mother. In India today, we worship Vaishnu Mata, Durga Mata, Kali Mata, Saraswati Mata, Lakshmi Mata. We worship the mothers. You, the mother, is the one who became the Jija Mata and produced Shivaji, who has become today and produced these kids, and they're all going to be the world leaders. Have the great vision. Vivekananda said, do not feel weak. Take the weight of the entire universe on your shoulder and know that you have the power, the strength to make it set right. Vivekananda's words. I'm reading it out from lectures from Colombo to Almora. I'm reading out a few words. He's talking about here. There was a time when the sound of the march of the feet of the Greek and the Romans, the whole earth trembled. And he says, look at, but they did it wrong. The Greeks, the ancient land of Greek, there was a man, and from the Roman eagle floated all over the world. But the Capitoline mountain, the hill, is a mass of ruins today. And the spider weeds in the way where the Caesars ruled. The Romans who ruled and thumped, but they all lived wrongly. And what did they do? He goes on to say, this is the book, is Lectures from Colombo to Almora. I'm reading out page 3, 4 and 5. He's talking about each idea of theirs had to be soaked in the deluge of blood. Each idea had to wade through the blood of millions and our fellow beings. Each word of power, they searched for power and invaded and tortured. Each word of power had to be followed by the groans of millions, by the wails of orphans, by the tears of the widows. This, in the main, other nations have taught, but India has always for thousands of years existed peacefully. And Swamiji goes on to write, he says, here activity prevailed, here in India, activity prevailed thousands of years before, when even the Greece did not exist, when Roman was not thought of, when the very fathers of the modern European lived in the forest and painted their bodies blue. That's about 1800 years. And India prevailed. India was winner. We have a message today for the 26th January. You will be getting it. Swami Vivekananda's message. He says, the Indian nation cannot be killed. It goes on to say, the deathless it stands, and it will stand so long as the spirit shall remain as in the background. so long as her people, that is you and I, do not give up their spirituality, the spirit, the purity. I'm so delighted to hear our children, you students, when I'm talking to you, each one of you giving out a message. What is the message? Times of India, the journalists ask our students who did brilliantly well, what is their power of strength? Tanishka Shah goes ahead and said something beautiful and makes us all proud. You and I could have said that I'm very good in studies, I'm very good in remembering everything, but not so. Tanishka went ahead, and so did many of you. I've been hearing you. Each one of you. Mothers, it is your training. Fathers, you are your backbone. I talk to younger children, each one of them, and I ask them, anybody who's been in this school for 3 years and above, they will not, and which is what Tanishka Shah said. My strength is purity. My strength is I do not tell lies. This is what is the strength, what Swami Vivekananda talked about, what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Hold on to that strength of purity, of truth. Satyameva Jayate is only in Indian flag, Indian Ashoka Stamba, which is talking about. Sanjivani of Hanumanji is apparently still proudly held by the Brazilian president. Today in Harvard is going ahead in the divinity school. They're learning about Vedanta, learning about Bhagavad Gita. Today in the world over, they're wanting to learn. You and I need to take up this journey. What is the message of the Vedanta? You and I feel very limited because we think I'm this body, I'm this mind, I'm this personality, name and form. It is not so. It is not just I am a woman or I'm a man or I'm a girl or I'm a boy. No, it's much more than that. But in the existence, we worship each one, especially our mothers. They're the one producers of the great warriors and the great personalities who will rule the world. Today, the message is strong, and that India says, World Religion Authority, Houston Smith, recall that in 1950, eminent British historian Arnold Toynbee predicted that in the 21st century, India that conquered would conquer her conquerors. Chapter 2, Volume 1, verse 31, page 246, Bhagavad Gita, God talks with Arjuna. Please go ahead and read it. India is rising. India will shoot ahead. It is you who are the ones who's making India and going to make India proudly number one, leading. India is going ahead, always helping people, not being selfish, not being just looting, but we peacefully exist. We spread the word of love and remembering the 4 words, which is what Vivekananda, when he came back in 1891, 11th of September, he gave this message of the Vedanta to the World Spiritual Heritage Religion Conference in Chicago. And he said, it is one lion who can rule the world and not millions of sheep. Each one of us are Bharat Keshari. Republic India is that India which stands proudly. And Baba Ambedkar wrote down the first thing. We are proud Indians. Hold on to our great spiritual leaders. Towards motivations, you will be hearing, and some of the in the loop throughout the day till about 6 o'clock in the evening, you will have this motivational film in the loop. Watch them, get inspired, and be the inspiration yourself. By how? Awaken within you the truth, the purity, the lion. Metaphorically, lion doesn't mean somebody. It is that power of the kingdom of the animals. What is animal? Our negative tendency, hatred, anger, jealousy, greed, stealing, like the jackals and the foxes. We are not that. We are the tigers and the lions who kills. Yes, they eat a little bit and go away. Jackals and foxes and the hyenas go ahead and hunt on them and hunt and steal that meat and take it to their home. You are that Bharat Kesari. Take that language and be proud. Awaken that power from within. The message of Vedanta. The limitation in you and I, the sufferings today, the poverty, no job, if anybody has, or less of money, is because you and I associate ourselves only with this body. So we get limited. You are infinite. Beyond the body, the mind and the personality, the name and the form, we are that infinite power from within. Awaken that. And that is what is the Vedanta talking about, is the spiritual power, is the supreme consciousness. Without that consciousness, if I am in coma, if I am unconscious, the world vanishes from me. So what does the Vedanta says? You are the one. I am. But that I am is not this limited to a body or the mind. I am the infinite. Awaken that. Get connected. Our children have done it, dear parents, and they showed it to us. More and more children need to come up, and they're the future generation going to rule the world. I wish you a very happy Republic Day, and remember that stone and the washerman. He used to use the stone to clean his clothes. He didn't know the value of that stone, which was always with him. And later on, he felt it's very nice. Let me get it checked. He took that stone and went to various guys, vegetable vendors, clothes shop owners, and then to a gold and eventually a diamond. And he realized it was the biggest diamond, and he got crores of rupees for that. It's the Vedanta story. We have the diamond, and that diamond is within us. So my message to you is Victorious Kidss' message to you. You are victorious. Discovering that secret power from within the student, within the child, is parenting, is schooling. Remember the genie of the Aladdin's Wonderland. If you rub it, the genie comes out and says, yes, master, tell me what you want. That genie is with us. That genie is inside you as the parent. That genie is inside you as the mother. That genie is inside the student, the child. Maybe tiny baby, maybe a grown-up young youth, 15, 16, 18, 19-year-old, are the budding forth to win the world. I wish you good luck. Happy Republic Day. Namaskar. Namaste.